Now, everybody knows what Batman is, and those that don't are either 75-year-old World War II veterans or people who still use Windows XP on their main computers. Well, same thing really. Batman started to get extremely popular when comic books really started to take peak. So around the mid-1940s was the time where comic books started to peak around the corner. Well, according to that one side. Ladies and gentlemen, we have stepped into a completely different era. We are in the 21st century. Video games are taking over, and most importantly, Let's Plays are starting to grow. Comic books are starting to get less attention as they used to. Right now, video games and gamers are taking over.
In a society we live in.
So then, Warner Bros. Decided to start making games and slowly get into the gaming industry. The first game they published was The Matrix Online, and surprisingly, it wasn't that bad. The first games that had Batman in were either Justice League Heroes, Lego Batman, and Batman Asylum, but the best Batman game wasn't in any of those options. The best Batman game, without doubt, is Batman Arkham City. Now in this video I'm gonna solely talk about the gameplay, which means practically the whole game itself, and a little bit about the itself story. So if you're interested in one part more than the other, then here are the timestamp on the screen so you can go to those parts without having any issues. The game starts in some sort of place that is about to get robbed by some robbers. The robbers find a safe behind a painting, but before opening it, Catwoman comes into the room.
Number one, shut the fuck.
After beating up the robbers, we open the safe and steal some sort of SD card or something. Seriously, like, what the fuck is that? And then, just before leaving, we are greeted with the man himself, Two-Face.
Get your filthy paws off that now.
As soon as he says a few lines, we are presented with a white screen. After a few seconds, we can see Bruce Wayne himself. Bruce Wayne is in a press conference saying that Arkham City should be shut down since it is too dangerous for the people that are living in Gotham. But seconds after him saying that line, the police show up and drive him to some sort of prison in Arkham City. We wake up to a conversation with Hugo Strange. After some chatting, we have to try to escape out of the chair that we are locked up in. After that, we're presented with a quick fight with some inmates of the prison.
You're gonna be my bitch, Wayne.
Wait, who the fuck said that? Did you fucking say it?
What are you waiting for?
I can't. Uncuff me right now, cunt. I'll fucking beat this cunt up. You.
When they open the door, do not panic. Stay close to me.
Do you think I'm taking advice from some guy who's never even been in a fight?
Bitch, do you know who the fuck I am? Bitch, I'm Batman. Oh yeah, you're now crying for help, are you? Oh.
After the fight, we get knocked out and have a conversation with the villain called Penguin.
This, well, let's just call this good old-fashioned revenge.
All you ever do is call me fat on the fucking thing, God.
After that, we start fighting again, and once we finish them off, we are introduced with a little tutorial about parkour, while we have to get up the building to get the most important thing in the whole game, which is our suit. After getting our suit, we use an encryption key to hack into Tiger's communication system. After finding out that Catwoman is in the courthouse, we get a new mission, which is to save Catwoman. After saving Catwoman, we get to see a cutscene in which what appears to be Joker trying to assassinate Catwoman.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat. Watch me kill your favorite cat.
What the hell?
After the cutscene, we use some sort of new iPhone X technology to examine where the bullet came from. And honestly, it's pretty cool that you can actually examine stuff and investigate. After that, we go investigate the place that the bullet was shot from. After getting in the chest, we are greeted with the whiny fucking bitch herself, Harley Quinn.
I would be ashamed to get blood all over my nice new outfit. What do you think, Bat Brain? Like it?
No, you.
What am I saying? Of course you do. Oh,
I really don't. I think it looks shit. Please fucking leave faster. You fucking annoying whiny piece of.
And this is the point where we are taught how to do things quietly, because if you don't, then you will instantly fail the mission.
Oh.
After saving the hostages, we go up the chest to investigate the place where the bullet was shot from. After getting up there, we find out that the gun was somehow controlled remotely by Joker, and then there is a bomb that's about to kill us.
Whoa, what the fuck is this? Fucking Skype?
And then later on, we get this cool ass cutscene where we escape through the glass window and glide away. Now honestly, I cannot tell these little details since the gameplay is really fucking long. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tell only the important parts, since that's more important, obviously. So after you fly out the church, you go to Joker's hideout, there you try to kill Joker, but no need to worry because he's already fucking dead.
why are you so mean?
You really fucking thought? You really fucking thought? Did you really fuck? Then we play as Catwoman for a while until we get to play as Batman again. Then we find Ivy's lair and go in to pay a quick visit, except fuck you, you're already getting kidnapped. Then Joker poisons Batman, and for the rest of the game, we have to find a cure in order to save Batman himself and the people of Gotham. Now Arkham City is an open world game, and usually open world games have a lot of problems. For example, if you're playing in a huge city, you would expect almost all parts of the city to be full of people, the weather to be constantly changing, and the details to be extremely accurate, and the navigation, sometimes it can be really difficult. But Arkham City really beats all of those problems. The city doesn't really need civilians since it is practically a city made for prisoners and villains. The weather doesn't have to change at all since it is matching the city extremely well. A dark, dangerous, evil, and mysterious city that is full of bad people. And the details to this game are just extremely well planned and made. Like seeing some angles of the city just like hearing music from the angels above you. Now the gameplay itself is honestly pretty good. The graphics are decent, the map design is great, the map is pretty large, the villains have interesting moves that you would need to know before you can actually beat the boss, and the game has a lot of stuff to explore. The main problem that I would have with this game is that there is too much fucking combat. Most of the time in the game, you will be fighting enemies again and again and again and again and again and fucking again. Now don't get me wrong, the combat in this game is great, but fighting each person behind each corner doesn't make it fun, but just extremely boring. For example, when you find a really good song, you repeat listening to it again and again and again until it goes to a point until you literally fucking hate it. The same goes with Arkham City's combat. It's fun and interesting, but you slowly start to hate it because it just keeps on repeating. But the boss fights on the other hand are honestly one of the best parts about this game. There are in total of 5 boss fights in the entire game, but trust me, all of them are extremely unique and interesting to play. Sure, it might get a little tempting at first, but after a few tries, you should be able to beat them all easily. Another great thing in this game are the voice actors. Like the voice that Joker has in this game is just straight up impressive.
Protocol 10? Never heard of it. Hold tight. I'll be in touch!
The game also has a lot of mysteries set around the city for you to find. If you collect at least 400 Riddler trophies, you will unlock the final Riddler mission, which honestly isn't really worth the effort if you want me to be honest. Honestly, this game is one of the best open world games that we currently have. So many fights to fight, so many missions to complete, so many options to make, so many mysteries to solve. All of it is in your hands at all time. Or you can just fly around the city while listening to some lo-fi beats. That's also a thing.